Hello, I'm Stephanie von Lukovic, executive producer at Media, and I am here to awake the adventurer in every one of you. As a producer with an experience in the media of over 20 years, I was immediately seduced by the figure of an extraordinary but surprisingly unknown explorer, Felix Cardona. We thought that around this man there were much more stories to tell than could fit in a linear documentary. That's why we conceived the whole project from the beginning as a Transmedia project with the title Constellation Cardona. So let's go back in time and see who is this man you've probably never heard of. Felix Cardona is considered the most important explorer of all times from Venezuela and Guyana. He was a great adventurer, a sort of Indiana Jones, searching gold and diamonds. But above all, he discovered the land, the people and their languages, the flora and fauna around the Orinoco. More than 50 new species of plants were called Cardonae. He registered and learned several native languages, and he officially mapped half of Venezuela. Cardona was the first white man to see what is considered the eighth world wonder, the Angel Falls. He was a captivating character, and he left us a precious heritage. Extraordinary archival material shot by Cardona himself while he was exploring the territory. We have access to this material through our director Oscar Gomez, who was raised in the same Catalan village as Felix Cardona and was fascinated by this man since he was a child. Cardona's wife was German, and even so, he was nearly constantly in the jungle. He had 6 children. 4 of them are alive, and they will tell us the story of their father. One of Cardona's most important journeys was to guide a French delegation to discover the fonts of the Orinoco River, unknown until 1951. A documentary about Cardona's life and adventures will be the core of our Transmedia project. Cardona was captain of the Merchant Marine, so he had huge knowledge of astronomy. That's why we conceived the Transmedia project as a planetary constellation. The whole project is an excellent tool for educational use. Let me show you the planets of Constellation Cardona. On the imaginary planet, the user can create his own imaginary adventurer. The vehicle and fictitious element will be a fake Cardona, a sort of modern alter ego of Felix Cardona. He will come to shoot with us in Venezuela and record his adventures today, just as Felix Cardona did in the last century. We will edit a short film and share it on YouTube in licensed Creative Commons. The user will be able to re-edit the short film or to create his own one and share his adventures. There is an adventurer in every one of you. Users will then vote for the best adventurer, means the best short film. From imagination to gamification on Tepuiland, our ludic planet, for a younger public. In a completely new type of interactive multi-platform game, players can revive the adventures of Captain Cardona with a series of mini-games, all within one scenery and accessible via digital zoom. Tepuiland is a character-driven interactive game for all mobile devices. Up to 4 players can enter the world of Cardona, where they will experience similar challenges Cardona was confronted with, finding gold, struggling with natives and rapids, and share the results with friends. Every player has to choose one of the designed avatars or create his own one, with the looks and attributes he wishes, like different hats or trousers. You can even be a female adventurer. So am I. You can play individually or together in an online version, which enables players to communicate, to collaborate, or to compete. To connect the imaginary and the ludic planet with the documentary, different social media sites are connecting them and floating around, just as satellites do. A Facebook and Twitter profile of the modern Cardona, who will share pictures and films, a blog to follow and comment our journey in Venezuela, and a Facebook page for the documentary. We have another idea which is not yet developed but is technically so extraordinary that it might enter the Guinness Book of Records. The biggest picture ever taken of the highest waterfall of the planet with a specially constructed high-tech drone. The panorama picture of Angel Falls will then be the interface of an exhibition dedicated to unique characters like Felix Cardona, the aviator Jimmy Angel, and the journalist Ruth Robertson. With Constellation Cardona, we want to create a whole phenomena, a whole universe, the universe Cardona. We expect to reach different audiences and users, teens for the game, 20s and up for the short film contest on Facebook, and all ages for the documentary. So there are multiple entry points to our Constellation Cardona, and they all lead to the documentary. For the documentary, we have our local broadcasters on board, and we can count on public subsidies. We are still looking for international pre-buys. For the interactive elements, we are searching financing separately. For Tepuilan, the game, we have applied for Media Interactive, and we have strong interest from Spanish television. We are still searching sponsors and business partners, so please come and join the adventure. Thank you for your attention.